guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we're going to continue on with some more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, and this is another one of the Roarivores, and it is the Allosaurus. Now this one was one of the ones that I was definitely looking forward to because I absolutely love Allosaurus, I really do. He's definitely one of my favorite theropods, and for a new Allosaurus to be coming out in the Jurassic Park line, I was super psyched for it. And when I actually had first seen this one, I was a little unsure of it. I really do like it. I'm still a little unsure of it. I definitely do like him a lot, but there are a few things that I don't really like too much about him. But he's still a win in my opinion. He's definitely a very, very nice figure, a very nice toy, and he's got some very cool noises since he is a Roarivore. We'll listen to those right now. So like I said, definitely some very cool noises. As you saw, the jaw obviously is articulated. When you push the button, the jaw does, close. It doesn't really open. And that is one of my few complaints as far as the carnivores go in the Roarivore line, is that I think that these guys would have been a lot better had the mouth been closed, and then when you push the button, the mouth opens and roars and then closes. But for some reason, he only roars when his mouth is closed, technically. So, as far as that goes, that doesn't really make too much sense to me. I feel like definitely if you would push the button, the mouth would open. It would have made a lot more sense as far as these guys go. It also would have helped for kids that are playing with these to hold little figures and stuff in the mouth, because unless you push the button, you can't really hold them there. Whereas if you just push the button and then the mouth opened to roar, once you let the button go, it would close and it would hold whatever toy you had there. So in my opinion, I feel like that is really one of the only drawbacks to the Roarivore line, something that could have been a little better. That's not to say at all that these figures are bad, because they are definitely not. I feel like that they're all wonderful, beautiful, beautiful figures, but this is probably the one that I like the least out of all 4 of the Roarivores that have been released so far, and we'll take a closer look right now to see what the issues are. So starting up here at the head sculpt, take a nice close look at this. You can see that the teeth are, for the most part, sculpted individually, but I mean they're all kind of connected a little bit. Right here in the middle, there's a little area there that the teeth are kind of bunched together that I don't really like too much. I feel like that could have been done a little better. But overall, the teeth look pretty good. They're not that bad. They're a yellowish color more so than a whitish color, which is good because it gives them a little bit more of a sense of realism, closer to a color that they probably would be. You can see that the inside of the mouth is colored pretty nicely, and he does have like a bluish type of a tongue, which is very, very cool in my opinion. I really like that. It has a very nice gloss on it, so it looks very good, very shiny, like it should in the inside of a mouth. The overall sculpt work and detail on the face is really quite nice. It looks beautiful. I think the only thing that I don't really like too much, aside from that little area of the teeth on the face, is that pink area and the circle around it up here on the top of that little crest type spot that the Allosaur has. I don't really know why, but I feel like that looks a little strange to me. It doesn't look that bad, but it's something that is just a little tiny drawback in my opinion for this figure that could have been a little better. The only other thing on the face that I don't really like is I feel like maybe the head is a little too thick, a little too wide. I don't know why, but it just, for some reason, it just feels like the head on the Allosaur is kind of wide and thick, kind of like the Metrocanthosaurus, but I really like the Metrocanthosaurus, and that's not to say I don't like this Allosaurus at all, because that's not the case. I really love him, but I just feel like the head might be a little too thick. It's really primarily up here on the top that it kind of looks thick, because if you look, it's hard to really tell, but his face kind of narrows near the end, so here at the end it looks really good, I think, but up here on the top, right here in the center of the head, his head just really kind of looks thick, but overall, I think that it looks quite nice, aside from those 2 little issues. You can see the eye is a nice yellow color with a nice black pupil. It's beautifully glossed, and the overall color scheme on the face looks pretty good, but I'm not a big fan of the way the yellow little stripes and stuff have been applied here on the face. something about them just doesn't really look that great to me. It doesn't look terrible, but it looks more so like paint on the face than it does as like natural coloring. But again, just a little minor nitpick. Like I said, this is probably the one I like the least out of all of them, so there are a few little issues, just nothing super major. Cool addition to this guy is you can see he's got a little scar here on the side of his jaw, his lower jaw. So that was a nice little touch. You can see beautiful detailing coming down the neck here. Very nice skin folds and stuff. You have a little seam here, but it's not really that distracting. At least it's not a screw hole, so it's way better than anything Hasbro had given us. You can see beautiful arms down here, the muscle tone. Just look at the muscle tone here in the arms. This Allosaur has definitely been hitting the weights. He's pretty jacked. You can see the hands look very nice, beautifully sculpted. The claws also look very good. They look nice and menacing like they should. Articulation in the arms. You see the arms go out like that, and then they come back in. They can also move forward and back. So beautiful articulation with the arms. Going down here into the side, you can see the rib cage. You can actually see his little present there, which is a very cool touch. Some nice little skin folds all over in there. Beautiful detailing all over the place. And then you've got some more skin folds right down here. His leg's kind of in the way. There you go, I'll get you a shot of that. So beautiful detailing there as well. And then the legs are articulated as well. You can move them out and in, and then of course forward and backwards. So very nice articulation in the limbs of the dinosaur. You can see beautiful detailing all over the legs. Again, some more scars. So this Allosaur has been living a pretty rough life in his Jurassic Park landscape. You can see some beautiful skin folds here. Everything around the leg looks very good. Nice bulging calf muscles, so you can see that there is quite a bit of muscle to this Allosaur, and I love the feet of the Allosaur. I really do. I think that these feet are sculpted so nicely, and potentially my favorite as far as the sculpting of the feet of these toys goes. So weird that the feet on this one would be my favorite as far as the sculpt goes on any of the Roarivores or pretty much most of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys, but then it ends up being probably my least favorite of the Roarivore figures. But regardless, beautiful detailing back here. Going into the tail, you can see another little seam here, but it's nothing terribly distracting. It's not that bad. You can also see right there some more scars, as this dinosaur has been in quite a few scuffs in his day. And then the detail goes out here very nicely onto the tail. The entire tail looks beautiful. It's got a very nice curve to it, so it looks quite nice. Over here on the other side, you can see again some more scars. He's got significant scarring all over the place. So this Allosaur has been in quite a few fights, and it's actually something that I didn't really notice before. He's even got some more up here. I don't remember noticing that on the Metriacanthosaurus either, if there was any scarring or anything. I'll have to take a look back. But this one here, he is really beat up. If you actually take a nice close look, he's got scars all over, up here in the leg, down here. So that was a very cool touch. It's pretty neat that the Allosaur has so many scars, just showing that a little bit of realism, in my opinion, because with being a carnivore, he is definitely going to be scarred up, because he's not going to live a nice free life where he's not going to get beat up at least a little bit. That's just the way it is. So a very cool touch by Mattel. Again, going back to the feet, the nails there are nicely glossed, so they look quite good, and they are just a pure black color. And then the nails on the hand are not painted at all. In fact, I don't even think they have a gloss or anything on them, but it doesn't look terrible at all. The other side has nice detail in the stomach region as well. Beautiful skin folds, and then the neck and face all look very good. Looking down the back, this coloration on the back I really like. I feel like this looks very cool. It's like a yellowish type of a color that runs the entire length of the dinosaur, almost to the end of the tail. There's a little bit of the tip of the tail there that doesn't have it, but overall it's very nice. As far as the coloration goes of the dinosaur, it really only has this yellow on the back, and then the majority of the rest of the dinosaur is pretty much all gray. So he doesn't have too much as far as coloration and stuff. He has that little pink area above the eye, but overall I feel like the Allosaurus just looks very nice, aside from those few little minor complaints that I had. So yet another very nice figure here by Mattel, another beautiful toy. Like I said, you know, there's a few little issues, just like the head being a little bit on the wider side, and then that little area of pink up here in the crest I feel like is a little strange. It doesn't look terrible, but I feel like it's kind of out of place. And then the coloration here in the head and the teeth are a little bit goofy looking, but overall the rest of the sculpt is beautiful. I really love the arms and the feet look so fantastic on this. I like the coloration. The color scheme looks very nice, and then the beautiful detail all over the place, especially with the scars all over the animal. It looks very, very cool. So overall, a very nice sculpt and a very nice dinosaur toy by Mattel yet again. As far as the size goes, from the tail to the head, you're looking at about, it's hard to tell, he's about 13.5 inches. And then height, I think the highest point's probably the tail, so about 5.5 inches high. So it's not super huge. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex. The Allosaurus is about to take a bite out of his arm. You can see that it's very, very nicely sized. It's not a super huge toy, but it's not a small toy at all. Definitely a very good size. And it pretty much fits with the same size as the rest of the Roarivores. They're all fairly the same size as far as length and stuff goes. So a very nice sized Allosaurus. Now, as I said, I've always been a big fan of Allosaurus, so I was definitely looking forward to this release as far as the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys goes. And I wasn't let down. There are, like I said, a few minor issues with them, but overall I think it's beautiful, a wonderful, wonderful, and awesome looking Allosaurus. So this guy I think was about $15, somewhere in that range at Walmart where I purchased him. And I haven't really seen any problems with this guy being in stock in my area, so hopefully he'll be in stock at your local Walmart, because he's definitely worth a pickup, and he's definitely a nice addition to any Jurassic Park collection. So definitely head to your local Walmart, pick this guy up, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.